Okay, so this is how I made my home security system. I decided to use a sound sensor. See the sound sensor hooked up? With the sound sensor, you have to use the PCF8591 chip, and I just wired that all up right here, following the directions in the kit. So basically mine just looks exactly like this. Now, one thing that you want to look for when wiring is, like you see right here where it says ground, you want to follow that black wire and make sure that it goes to ground. Your colors might not be the same, but the lettering is still the same. So on here, you notice it says ground. There we go, there's it's in focus. And then mine happens to be the black wire, and it goes to the right spot. But yours could be, you could have this flipped around and it would still work, and then it would be the yellow wire, and you'd have to have that go to the ground spot. So anyway, I have my sensor all hooked up right here. I can tell that it's working because both lights are on right there, and then this light is on right over there. So wiring's all correct. Now let's talk about the code, how I changed this code around. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I went first thing I did was I went over to my Raspberry Pi, and I went to programming, and I opened up Python 2. You got to open up Python 2. And then once I opened up Python 2, I went File, Open, and I opened up in the SunFounder kit. So you are probably going to be like outside of here. You'll probably be like right here. So you got to go to your Pi. Then we got to go to the SunFounder kit. Now, if you don't have this, ask Mr. Reichelt, but you have to download this off the internet by using a git command. It was from a lab a while ago, and if you didn't happen to do that lab, you won't have this folder. So you have to have this folder in order for it to work. So I double-click on this, double-click on Python, find the sound script in here, which my sound script is number 19, sound sensor, and then I hit open. Now I have modified this already significantly, so let me talk about how I've modified this. The first thing that I did was I added these 3 lines right there. Those 3 lines I got from my water.py, the lab that we did on Monday and Tuesday. And if you notice at the top of these, you have those 3 lines as well. What these 3 lines do is they basically import the libraries, and they import the things necessary in order to, I'll be quick. They import the things necessary in order to get your program to run correctly. The next thing that I did was down here, I changed this voice value, and I changed the voice value to 120. The reason I changed it to 120 is because initially it set at 50, and that was way too soft. The higher the number it is, the softer the sound can be to detect it. So if you had like 150 and like you whispered, it would go ahead and detect. Then then I changed this to say voice detected, and then I added in here this line right here, which emails me, and I changed, rather than it saying water detected, I changed it to say person detected, and I got this from right here. So I basically just copied this code right there from my water.py, and I pasted it right into here. I pasted it right here, and then I just changed a few things. I just said person detected rather than water detected. So when I run this script, and I also added down here, again, the text messaging thing. That's the text message. Again, I got that. I just copied it directly from my water.py. I pasted that in there, and that texts me. So now when I run the module, nothing happens right now, but I'm just going to go ahead and make a noise around the sensor here. So if the sensor is placed close to a door or something, it would detect. Notice now it says on here voice detected, and I got an email, and I got a text message. So that's it. That's how I set up my home detection system. If you're struggling, please feel free to use this.